It's one of the many things we don't really have to contend with, tsunamis in the Gulf. What we do watch for in the Gulf is tropical activity, and all is quiet. What has been a little bit more active is our rainfall and quite a bit of our thunderstorm activity. Now, it did come a little later into the midday, early afternoon hours, and so temperatures were already able to get into the mid and some upper 90s. Then we got the cooling rain. And at times you could have just said, all right, let's hold off because we're getting some big downpours. Thankfully, most of the heaviest of the rain winding down. Still intense storms around Diamond Head down to Bay St. Louis. Kind of a light to moderate rain over the city. Some pockets of heavier showers over the lake around Laplace as well. River Parish is getting under that moderate rain. And then down south where we had some of our bigger storms, probably over 2 inches of rain accumulated based on the radar estimates from between Estelle and Belle Chase West Bank. Early, though, sunshine, and that allowed those high temperatures to get into the mid-upper 90s, and now mostly cloudy. This is all because of I was talking about this yesterday, this broad spin. This is an upper level low that has really impacted mainly southeast Louisiana, South Louisiana, as we do have some big storms out to our west as well. This disturbance, however, though, is moving to the west. So while these showers wind down tonight, I think most of the evening and night will be fairly quiet. Our models are not very aggressive with rain chances during the day tomorrow. That's a little different from what they were at one time saying. So about a 40, maybe 50% chance of showers for our Thursday. And then for Friday, we may start to get into some upper level energy from the north, and that may start picking up our rain chances again. And that's not the only model. Another one of our high resolution models indicating again later this evening, most of the rain coming to an end. Then as we get into tomorrow morning, again, a dry start, and look at us into the midday and afternoon hours. Spotty at best. So I'll go with about a 40, maybe 50% chance of rain for our Thursday, but right now the model's not as aggressive. Now, whatever rain we do see, kind of like we had today, tomorrow, Friday, and for Saturday, any of those showers have the potential of some isolated downpours. There's a lot of moisture to work with, and that will lead to some heavy rainmakers like we saw on the West Bank. Now, that will actually come to an end as we get into early next week. This is just showing what is called the available moisture. It's precipitable water, meaning how much moisture in the atmosphere does the atmosphere have to work with regards to heavy rainfall. That stays high into the start of the weekend. Then we actually get into some drier air. Doesn't look like it does anything for our surface level humidity, but we're talking about the atmosphere, the moisture throughout the entirety of the atmosphere from the surface into the upper levels. That decreases, so whatever rain we are able to squeeze out going into early next week wouldn't be heavy at all. Mostly cloudy outside, still have some scattered storms. 79 degrees our current reading at Kenner when today's high was 96. Not too far off of the record, though, set back in 1986 being 100 degrees. And we're in the 70s and low 80s outside right now, or I should say heat indices aren't nearly as bad because the actual temperatures are only in the 70s and low 80s. Out in the tropics, hey, as we approach the start of August 15th is kind of when the busiest part of the season begins, and we're not expecting any activity for at least the next 7 days. I'd mentioned this yesterday. There are a couple of areas that the Climate Prediction Center is highlighting with kind of a 20% chance of development between August 6th and 12th off the East Coast. Models have been sniffing out something trying to form here over the last several days, forming off of the Carolinas and then moving out into the open Atlantic. So right now, if anything were to form there, it'd be moving away from land. And then obviously we'll start to see highlighted areas in the main development region. This is where you start to expect activity to start firing up as we get deeper into August, though right now that chance is low. And again, those are so far out, 3 and 4 weeks. We've got plenty, or 2 and 3 weeks, I should say. Got plenty of time to watch that. Decrease our rain chance a little bit for tomorrow, about a 50% chance heading into Saturday. A little drier as we get into next week.